Good morning everyone, my name's Lily O'Hara and I was fortunate enough to be one of the Australian Learning and Teaching Council's awardees this year, a citation for learning and teaching. And as such, Kylie has asked me to provide a brief message this morning about my teaching philosophy and some of the highlights or great experiences of my teaching career. So many of you know me, but some of you don't, and so you're probably wondering why I'm on video. I actually am living in and working for USC online, which is a fantastic opportunity and is going brilliantly, I have to say. So in terms of sharing something with you about my teaching philosophy, I think probably one example of that philosophy is the moment when I found out about winning the Australian Learning and Teaching Council Citation Award. And that moment happened to be in India. I was in India attending the wedding of one of our international students. And he had invited me to his wedding, and so I was thankfully in a position to be able to attend. So we had literally just come from his wedding and sought out an internet cafe to catch up on some emails and other sad things like that from uni, and saw the email there about winning the award. And I tell you this not to gloat about going to a wedding in India, though that was pretty fantastic, I must admit, but to exemplify the philosophy about developing relationships with students that led to that invitation to the wedding. And this is really at the heart of my teaching philosophy. I believe very strongly that teaching is a process of a collegial process, a process where the student and the teacher work together to develop learning and to develop new understanding about issues in the world. And that translates into pedagogy known as collegial pedagogy, which, as the name suggests, is about learning together in collegial style. And this is a philosophy, collegial pedagogy, that is developing in my professional discipline of health promotion. And that's largely because health promotion itself is based on the fundamental discipline of working with people, not on them. So if your discipline is about working with people, then clearly teaching about that discipline has to enact those same principles. And I believe very strongly from a health promotion perspective and from a teaching perspective that we need to be working with students and allowing them the opportunity to grow and to learn and to discover their place in the world and to discover their identity in health promotion and in public health and in other health disciplines as well that we now teach, and to discover how they can impact on the world. And I guess one of the best outcomes of that is when you see students go on in the workplace to basically set about changing their world. And sometimes we're privileged enough for students to share their experiences with us. We can see the changes that happen to students throughout their learning journey. But sometimes students will take the time to put pen to paper or fingers to keyboards and share with us how their learning has impacted on their lives. And so I just wanted to share with you some words that have come from some students about what sort of changes they have seen in their lives and how I've been able to impact on that, and the incredible privilege that it has been for me to have these impacts on students' lives. So I'll just share some of the quotes from emails with students, or letters, actual letters. I do get pen and paper letters from time to time, hard to believe. But these are some quotes from those correspondences from students. Dear Lily, you'll never know how big an impact you've had on the direction and future of my life. You've opened my eyes up to a whole new world. And from another, you've inspired me to be more and taught me that being yourself is completely fine. And I was really touched at that one, because I think that too often students can fall into the trap of thinking that there's only one way to be a good student, there's only one way to be a good health promotion practitioner. And I was especially pleased to hear that the student understood that in fact that's not the way, that you can be those things and more by being yourself, being true to yourself, being true to your own values and true to your own principles. So that was a particularly important affirmation for me, that student had got that message from me. And then the final one, again, which really touched my heart, but again really exemplifies my philosophy about letting students discover for themselves their learning and their place in the world. From a student: "I promise you I will change the world for you. Thank you for teaching me to let my light shine." I think that sums up beautifully my teaching philosophy, and I hope that you can find your own philosophy and reflect on that and how that impacts on your process of teaching, and that you will find teaching equally rewarding as I do, and as exciting and interesting, and such a privilege to work with students to let their lights shine.